Weed. Oh, God damn it. There's a little bit of a... little bit of a setup. No. Oh, my God. Okay. Yeah. One thing I was going to say was...
What's that?
We should do a couple of quick different intro things to go. You heard the song, right? That the dude sent us?
Which I really like.
Welcome to the... Just a quick different intros or no? Something that we could throw on there. Okay. Check.
Check one. Check two.
Check. Yeah, I mean it's like 30 seconds, but like maybe we can just do it after.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you talking about
just
exactly?
Like, hey, welcome to the podcast, or hey, thanks for joining us, whatever, and then it goes into the like song and intro. You know what I mean? Like different, like welcome to Smartlist kind of, or like some brief thing before you go into the. Because like we did the trailer stuff, but that's more for like.
Promotional stuff. Yeah. So like. Welcome back to Love Hard Talk Dirty podcast.
Love Hard Talk Dirty. Yeah.
Welcome back to our podcast, you guys.
Cue the music. Yeah. I was definitely starting the one of them where you're just like jiggly poof. Yeah, that's it.
There's one where I'm like singing at first and it's hysterical.
Yeah.
We do need to edit something out of one scene because I provided misinformation.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no.
Well, don't say it again now because then I got to edit this as well. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, yeah. Hi, so welcome to
Love Hard Talk Dirty.
Love Hard Talk Dirty.
Dirty podcast. Welcome back, loves. We are here.
So this is a special edition, I guess, if we're doing the movie first or no?
Yes, we are doing the movie first.
Pick my brain or critique it, and I'll take whatever you throw at me. This could be fun or a nightmare. But fun to watch, like a train wreck or a car accident on the highway. Here we go.
Well, let's introduce ourselves. Could probably... No, let's not do that. Let's not have anyone...
Here you are.
Hi, I see myself in the camera. I'm Britney A Moore.
And I'm in Charrette.
This is our podcast. He's a... filmmaker, author, lighting designer. Did I get that right this time?
You
lighting
did.
designer.
Check out behind you. I put that little light with the gobo back there, so it's like broken up and everything.
Oh. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I'm I'm a sex worker and somatic relationship coach. I'm also a professor at Pendulum Inc. I just got signed again for... Well, we don't sign anything at this school, but they asked me to come back and teach another curriculum. So
nice.
I'm going to start labeling myself as a professor.
I like it.
Anyway, we are here to talk about Ed's new film.
And he did not seem excited at all. But here's a better question. Did you watch it? Because that's it's like the standard host thing, a talk show host. If they didn't like the movie or they just, I didn't get a chance to see it. You know what I mean? The trailer, everybody's talking. It looks great.
Oh, it looks great. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see it. And then I just put it all on you.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Right.
Yeah. Your favorite thing ever. I did not watch it. And I used ChatGPT to ask all these questions for you. So that's I watched it and I loved it. But that's my fault because I didn't fucking eat all day. I sat down with a huge plate of food to watch your movie, and with like 30 minutes left, I fucking passed out.
Of course you did. Don't worry, it happens to people who are wide awake.
But I did get it. But I like that I was able to watch it again in like a different headspace. And so I started it not at the beginning, but like midway, so I can just kind of run that back, refresh my memory. And yeah, it was great. Cool. Let's talk about it. It is called Final Draft.
It's called First Draft.
I'm sorry, first.
All right. It is so hot in here. I don't want to say nothing, but
so like I have a fan. Do you want that?
No, because then
it'll pick up. Yeah. Well, you're recording. I'm like, well, why do you have this shirt on? You look handsome. I like the floral.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm so hot. The sweat is getting up from my eyeballs onto my lenses on my glasses. You know what I mean? It's that kind of day.
All right. Well, let's say you're not hot. Not hot. You're not hot. You're cool. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about First Draft. You want to tell us a little bit about it? Not at all.
Nah, you're good. It was 12 years in the making. I thought it was 8, and then I've done the math wrong like many times. It was like it's been 10 years of my life, but I think it was actually 12 from the first shot. But we threw stuff out and restarted. So there's that, and the whole idea was to be a no budget movie. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And of course, it went up. It went up pretty far. But yeah, I mean, I didn't intend on starring in it or anything like that. That wasn't the gist. It's just kind of somebody I know the guy who was going to do it ended up having a panic attack the night before.
Oh.
Which is kind of my fault.
That's interesting.
Kind of my fault. But
kind of my fault.
I was on the phone with him the night before trying to psych him up, no. I gave him a speech and was like, it's our life, our dreams, man, we're going to do, and I was like, take it seriously. You better take it seriously. And next morning, I'm there like 11 o'clock in the morning, like, where the hell is he? I didn't hear from him for like 4 or 5 days.
Oh, wow.
Like he shut down. I was like, all right, cool, man, thanks. I mean, he still helped out on the movie, but he will remain nameless at the moment. But yeah, so I was like, okay, well, I know my schedule, and I know that I won't back out, so I cast myself, and then I cut, a lot of my dialogue. And then but then a part of it was also like so let me ask you a couple questions about it.
Yeah.
So the 7-act structure, had you ever heard anything about that before in writing or no? Or anything, none of that stuff? Okay. And how did it feel watching it? Is it like because I didn't do really the typical 7-act structure. Like I totally cheated, and because the idea of, once I made the conceit of the movie's like the first draft, like you're watching the first draft of the story, like nothing, like he's just walking around trying to get inspired,
right? And
until he sees he has that moment with the sponge, he starts to get a little bit of inspired, and then the story slowly starts to form. Where in another movie, that story would be the first 5 or 7 minutes within 10 minutes.
Yeah, of the story, of the whole film, right, the whole movie.
So it starts to catch up there, and then like the last half of the movie, we're into a story, like a traditional-ish story. But yeah, I didn't know how it play. I mean, I know how. I mean, I know the intent of how it plays and what people have told me they like about it. But I'm curious as to see how somebody who doesn't really know anything about it, like how it even. Did you even notice? I mean, you did fall asleep. That is one of the things. I mean, I set up a slow pace in the beginning. That's the whole damn point. And then, because this was a no budget movie, that was my time to take some risks. And like one of the things, did I talk to you about this at all?
I don't know.
So like one of the things in script writing or screenplays, movies, is that the rule of thirds, where everything's like usually happens like the 3-act structure, but like things are called back 3 times. Things that happen. So I tried to toy with the idea of like nobody in the movie like appears more than 3 times or more than 2 times. Nobody gets their 3rd time.
That's interesting.
Right. So like he drives 2. At one point I had originally 3 massage girls he was driving around. But then I cut it. Somebody ended up on the cutting room floor.
Oh shit.
Once I realized, so that's 2 people, and then he hires different escorts to when he's doing the writing,
right?
And he only hires two. And then the guy you see that he works with at the store, you only see him twice. His friend who comes and inspires him, even though she's in like a long period, like where she goes with him to buy, they get drugs or something, and they go on a trip. It's still only one section. You know what I mean? And then she shows up again
at this last scene, all the way at the end.
Well, that the credits is actually that is the last one as a post credit scene. She's at, but yeah, so that and then the other escort, she's only in 2 scenes. Not escort, massage girl. Of course, the crazy guy at the end is just the crazy guy at the end. But yeah, questions.
Tons.
Okay, go.
Tons. Hold on. I wrote some down.
And don't hold back. If you have real criticisms or things to say, I'm going to blow my nose on camera.
Get it out. Let's hear it. That was fucking gross.
You look really good.
Thank you.
This is how it always is, though. Like, your shot looks way better than my shot.
But why?
Because I focus on, you know what I mean? Like,
but I'm interviewing you.
Right. But I'm setting up the shot, and you have to sit there for me to light it better. I don't know what I look like on camera right now. If I had a stand-in who looked exactly like me.
Get a cutout. We need to get you a fucking Ed cutout.
It doesn't help with this. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Total tangent. See, I need to be here, but I can't be. All right.
I can't be. You can be.
I'm coming right over your head. Out of context. That sounded great. But yeah, questions. Shoot them.
So.
Here you go, Thoreau.
A lot of the film is centered around the main character, Jason, trying to find inspiration from booking escorts. And he sort of uses them as his muse for his writing. How did you come up with this concept? And is adult entertainment something that inspires you to write in real life?
I think we talked a little bit about me writing at strip clubs at one point.
Yes.
Or gentlemen's club.
Did we talk about that on... I don't think we talked about that on podcast, did we?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No, I don't remember.
We might have.
Is that outside or is that Pfizer?
I think that's Pfizer.
Pfizer! Jeez.
Your camera, something's happening.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll cut to my camera because my camera's still rolling.
Good.
There you go.
That was his
right. Yeah. So I used to write in clubs a lot, at least back in the 90s, early aughts, as they call it, because it was definitely a different kind of vibe. It was, when I first started going, it was just, it was more real in those places, so I could be more honest and more,
a different vibe from then like a coffee shop.
I was never a coffee shop guy. I did a little of that in Florida at there was like a square in Fort Myers I'd go to, but I was like, it doesn't feel right. I mean, I did. I'd go to different bars too, and just you're seeing people and they make it into your book, your whatever, your characters. But there was something about strip clubs that it was more. You could be left alone if you found a corner back then. Anyway, here's $1, thanks. Just keep writing. And then there was something about it, the reality of the world there. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something about like I feel like that's like the realest, like it's the closest you can get to like grittiness and realness of like the life, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like
the only thing when you said that, the only thing I thought of was like, well, maybe I could be in an emergency room. Do you know what I mean?
That's true too, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean. But that kind of it's real. It's. Does that make any sense? Yeah.
It does.
I did cut you off.
It makes a lot of sense.
And then, but I was actually in Fort Myers. I had the idea of I wanted to just do poetic portraits, is what I called them. So I'd set up like a little booth. I didn't do it, but I wanted to set up a little booth and just have somebody come sit down and I'd do a poem. Like sit there and I'll write a poem about you, whatever you inspire. Here you go. Thank you. Come again. And I didn't do that.
Why? Why not? I feel like
at the time I was, that was a good idea, but I was like, I just never. Fort Myers, never felt it. It just did something about the town. I never felt
location,
at home with. So
would you reconsider doing that now?
Maybe, but there's a poet online who she sets up a table in Manhattan, like near the park.
And she does this.
She has a typewriter.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, she's got the whole thing going. I mean, yeah. I'm proud. 20 years ago, it might have been cool, but not now. Anyway, so I ended up using it in the film. The idea of like getting an escort so that I guess they could be models. But, but also the idea throughout the movie of like, so there was a theme. Somebody told me earlier on with writing, shit, I'm so far away from the mic. Writing is a lonely process, and that's what sucks about it compared to making movies. It's you're isolated.
Do you agree with that sentiment?
100%, because the whole time it's just you and a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And in order to finish, you got to, sorry guys, I can't. It's not like reading a book. You could finish that in a couple of days. You know what I mean?
Right.
You could be spending years of your life.
Literally 12 of them.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about it.
That's the movie part. Yeah. But yeah, and so you're always, isolated because of that. And, but it helps you kind of internalize, be a better writer when you could just step back from people and see when you're in real life. But also like, so the theme throughout the movie is the life of a writer is a lonely one. That's like one of the first things that he says that I'm a writer.
Yeah.
So there's really, other than the one friend, let's take away the one friend he has. It's like
TJ.
It's right. But so it's him with, the other relationships you see in the movie is escorts, people he's driving around, a coworker that he doesn't really have any conversation.
The gauges in his ear. It's so
there's
funny.
nothing there. It's like all surface, transactional kind of.
Even with his daughter. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Doesn't even say anything. We don't hear anything on camera anyway. So that was the idea. And then TJ being like she, whatever reason she's there, but she does, like he says, I don't even know her that well.
Yeah,
And in the narration, he puts it on her like, oh, she's the nomad. She's all over. But it's really him. He doesn't know anything. Like, he's distant from everybody.
Yeah.
So there's things like that I was kind of playing with in the theme. I went off on a tangent. But, so the writing, the escort stuff, and yeah, that's where that came from. And yes, writing a strip club was great. And it wasn't like, maybe there was that when I first started. You see a pair of boobs and you're like, ooh, gets me inspired. But it definitely wasn't that at some point. It was like, you know what I'm saying.
That's the whole movie. It's kind of just like, this isn't doing it for me. What is happening? Right. And so I just want to backtrack a bit because I mentioned that, 12 years in the process, which was the movie making took 12 years, not necessarily the writing.
Right.
So how?
I don't know. So the idea for this, I got like the idea of a 7-stage structure, telling a story about a writer in a 7-stage structure was probably 1999. So, but I was taking a class in, it was the Gotham Writers Workshop. It was like a big.
Yes, I do. Yeah. That's crazy.
I took sitcom writing. I
haven't heard that in forever.
Yeah. I took sitcom writing, and you had an old sitcom writer lead the class, and he'd sit around. We ended up studying Frasier, I think, or something like that. But as I was like everything I learned from him, I was just like, oh my God. And I really couldn't write a Frasier episode for the life of me. And he ruined Frasier for me forever. But from that idea sparked, and then it just sat there forever. And then I started a version in Florida when I was still living there. So 2007 maybe or something like that. And I was telling my buddy I wanted to do it. And then I moved back up here, and then I was like, talking to my buddy down there, I still want to do it, and then we didn't, and it just didn't get done until. And then another version I had though was very traditional screenplay, like it was, guy has trouble writing, goes to his friend, and they go on the wacky. It's a buddy movie at that point. It's like very a la Clerks and whatever, and all the shit they get into. But as we were, and I had somebody, I was playing the part now at that point, and then he was doing the buddy part. TJ. It was a girl, TJ with a guy. And we were doing the whole thing. But then like as I was, one day I dumped the footage and I was editing. I was like, I'm just bored of my own movie. Like it's standard. If I gotta be more punk rock. I gotta go back to the basics of like why? Because I've seen, most people haven't seen independent films, like real independent films.
Like real independent films.
If you go see them, they're, you'll see the mistakes, you'll see the whatevers. But what you do see is like a lot of them trying for the format that you're supposed to do. And it's in my head, every time I would watch them, I go, well, why are you doing that? You you're not restricted by the $1 million paycheck.
Right.
You can do whatever you want.
The fuck you want. Yeah.
And people try to, because it's like, well, I have to prove I'm a filmmaker. I have to do within the structure, within this format.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, well, I'm doing first draft. I should, like, it's the whole thing is about writing, and I have that conceit of it is a first draft. So why don't I try to fuck with it a little bit? You know what I mean? So I went back and redid it. But in that process, TJ became a woman. So things that I just try to change up a bit, and that's when I went with the more isolated thing, especially since, I talked about this somewhere else, but one of the biggest influences for the movie was Richard Linklater's first movie. So I don't know if you ever heard of Richard Linklater, but
no, I have not.
Trying to think of a movie. School of Rock would probably be the most popular thing he'd ever done. But earlier on, he did Slacker, Boyhood. You heard of movie Boyhood that he made over 12 years with
With who? Who's in it?
Ethan Hawke. And then he did the Sunset series before Sunset.
No, Sunset series. Boyhood, yes. No, I'm thinking of Hackers.
No. Slacker. There was a Slackers comedy. It was Slacker. It was like a big thing at the festivals back in the early 90s, and that what inspired a lot of the indie movement, actually. But his first movie was called It's Impossible to Learn to Plow by Reading Books. And and basically he did the thing where he shot all on film, and he go to film school, so he taught himself how to make a movie. And it's basically I don't know that most people can watch it. I can watch it. I love it in the sense of like it's cinema, and it's you watch this filmmaker trying to explore his own art, but it's like no narrative. Like it's just like shots of different things happening to this guy. So he acted in it. He starred in it, directed it. He shot everything. He did the sound. He did it all with some help of some people. But like throughout the course of 2 or 3 years of his life, and then you could, if you watch that and you see I see a little bit of and it's just the camera and me going to a train. That guy's going to, stuff like that happen. Yeah. And that's why, but like his movie, it didn't win any awards. It didn't, he got into some festivals, but nobody ever even acknowledges it because it was his next movie that kind of blew the doors off.
I see.
You know what I mean? But so knowing, when I went into it, once my character gets inspired, for example, that's when the color grading starts to have, like, the colors are very saturated and dark, and it's kind of going for that filmish look that guy had in his movie, except without the scratches and all that kind of shit.
See. Yeah.
So I tried to mess with it like that. But then also knowing that I was going to be limited to no crew because of no money, but that guy did it, and he would just like set the camera up and walk in the frame in the train. I was like, I could do that. But then I was like, well, I could use it to still be artistic in that. And so it's like the first 25 minutes of the movie, when he's not inspired, the camera it never moved. Like the camera's always a still
right
shot.
There,
you know what I mean? And then once he starts getting inspired by the sponge or whatever, then the camera starts making movements throughout the movie. And so that by the end of the movie, it's like shaking everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, it's like, it kind of gets intense at some point, and the jumping from shot to shots, and the narration speeds up, and no, I love that. I love the car scene. I just felt like that was just like a highlight, like a cinematic highlight there. You just driving.
Oh, the driving?
Yeah. When you were not driving the girls, but just you driving.
Which part? So I drive a lot.
That's true. You do drive a lot.
When I'm trying to find inspiration when I first buy the car, and then at the end after
it's at the end. It's toward the end. I just loved it. Like I didn't realize how fucking comedic it was going to be. I was laughing from start to finish, and I don't know if that's because I also like know you and like maybe and I'm just like, oh my god, look at Ed doing his fucking thing.
Trying to.
Like I was cackling in there. Cool. I just fucking love it. I have to take the like, what do you call it? The
shrimp schwan?
I have to take what is the thing? Beetlejuice.
Don't say no. Bitch said it 3 times. Sorry, you were saying you had to take the...
How do you take the fucking, like, screensaver off my phone? Because then I have to keep touching it. And I don't want to touch it. I just want to interview you, and I don't remember all my questions.
Oh, you mean turn off the sleep mode or something?
Yes. Do you know how to do iPhone? Can you do this?
No, I don't know how to do
this is great.
I don't know how to do iPhone.
Your camera's not recording anymore.
Again?
It's something.
You just saw me stop it.
I did see that. It doesn't like you.
My camera's still recording.
It don't be liking you. Okay. My daughter goes, Mom, who is that?
It's got to be under display and brightness, right? No.
It's like
auto lock 1 minute.
Don't auto lock at all, please. It's not even doing it in 1 minute. Never. Thank you.
Okay, I think that's right.
Thank you.
I really don't know if that works. I'm not an iPhone guy. I spit on the grave of iPhone.
Honestly, like, my husband got the fucking new Razor. It flips open. When you take a picture, the person can see the camera on the outside of the phone. It's kind of fucking amazing.
You know, I mean, I'm not going to go into the whole I hate Apple rant. But everything's blown. You guys don't know. iPhone people don't know.
We don't know.
These are way ahead of their, like,
we're just like,
yeah.
This is why we need updates every fucking year. They come out with a new phone. New fucking phone.
See, I wish I could stay right here, but I've been fucking up.
We need to get you.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Cut that out, Ed.
Cut that out. You say that a lot during the podcast. It's really funny.
But I don't.
That's what makes it so hysterical.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my question. So, or a story I wanted to tell, and my humor with the movie and all that shit, right? There's a scene where me and Liz we're shooting it, and it's like a fantasy scene.
Elizabeth, the
redheaded Chrissy, yes. That's right. I forgot to give. And we're shooting it, and it's supposed to be like I'm on the bed. She comes up on top of me, and it's working?
No, is this in the way?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Let me know if it is, because I really don't need this fucking contraption. Yeah, but for your film.
Oh, no, yeah. Okay. I made sure I got my shot.
My shot, too.
Shit, I forgot what I was saying.
Me too.
Oh, yeah. So she, so the whole thing was I lay down on the bed, and then she comes and, lies on top of me, and it's like, hello, and then you hear that it's like all a fantasy, right? But I was on the keto diet and was eating cheese and mayo every day, all the time. And we set up the shot, and we were uncomfortable because, like, how is Liz going to be on top of me? It's weird. We've been friends forever. And then the idea came up of like, oh, that'd be hysterical. We started laughing so hard about how stupid that is. It doesn't even fit. But let's just do it anyway because it's making us laugh, So I included it in the movie. And then we were watching it here with a couple of friends, with Hugo and his friend. And like that part came up, and like they burst out laughing. We were like, "Oh, it was so great!"
God,
we got to relive the moment of the funniness. Oh, it was so good. But
that was good. The mayo scene. I was like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" I was like, "Why is there mayo?" And then she put it on her face, and I was like, "Oh my God, Chrissy, Elizabeth."
Yeah. When Hugo and them saw it, they're like, "Fucking, what is it with white people and mayo? I don't get it." Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Stop, my cheeks. They hurt. That's funny.
So those kind of jokes were in there, and then I would just, the telling of the jokes. I only did it like twice in the movie. That did get a third callback, actually. Now I think about it, or maybe I only did it twice. I do like a joke about what do you call a little person who escaped from prison, small, medium, at large. It's just like a throwaway thing. Right?
That was really good. It was like, fuck, what was the punchline? It was really good. Hold on.
Small, medium, at large.
But what was the joke before that?
I don't know. But anyway.
Okay.
So, but that's why at the end of the movie, I just happened to, because it was a kind of, I guess I didn't do a third now that I think about it. I thought there was a third beforehand, another joke I told, but maybe not. Like an actual set them up, boom, boom, joke, but I guess I didn't.
I don't remember.
I would probably kept to the rule of thirds thing. So at the end of the movie, the idea being, I couldn't think of anything to say, like, because I had, writer's block, and the guy's like, say something.
Yeah.
And then I just say a joke because he got nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I forgot what I was saying, but yeah. So those jokes were there, like they were just regular jokes. But yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you how long ago I started making this movie. When the first Deadpool came out, and he was talking to camera, I was like, well, there goes my thing. Nobody was really talking to camera in a while, so this was like thought I was bringing it back. And then Deadpool came out. I was like, fuck.
That actually goes into my next question.
Okay.
The narration is quite poetic. Was that intentional?
Well, ironically, I cut back. I did a version where I was more, the prose was better in the narration. It was more articulate and intelligent and more, just more. It was just better writing. The narration. They're like, well, no, Ed, it's better. It's a first draft. It should just be more guttural and. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gotta, I mean, there is some stuff where it's a little heavy-handed, kind of a little bit, But I was like, whatever, keep it like
it's kind of flowy.
Yeah, like, just kind of keep it simple, stupid. Because I really did a whole different narration where it was like very trying to be heady, or I don't know, it was different. You want to.
I like that word, heady.
Yeah. And I wanted to be like, try to inspire writers and all that kind of shit. So, but then I was like, but yeah, bring it down. Like, stay here in this zone that's more like just bass. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to come up with writing. You don't want to be too preachy, even though I am a little bit in some parts. I ended up cutting out a bunch of it, but
did you?
Yeah.
I can tell where the narration kind of it doesn't switch up, but the tone of it changes a bit.
What do you think of the drug trip scene? Yeah.
I loved it.
It goes on for a bit, very while. The narration that happens there, that's when I started overlaying the narration. So there's two different narrations going on. That's where I put my favorite writing in there, but it was old poems of like, you know what I mean? It's like the bus driver laughs and blah, blah, blah. And you can't hear it, but it's like dead worms coming out of his eyeballs and all this kind of shit.
Yeah, you would have to really listen to it. Yeah.
Maybe the subtitles will show you at some point. But yeah, so that was the only part that I snuck in, like writing that I was super proud of. Like, not, but writing that's like, oh, this is good writing. You know what I mean?
This is good, yeah.
Like just a taste inside the drug trippy kind of stuff. I had originally had a different trip in mind, but it was probably early on in Trump's first term, maybe, or something like that. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But it was very like paranoia induced. Like I'm smoking or whatever, and then I start going into like conspiracies, and then I started talking about 9/11 was really just anyway, the reason I cut it was because of like was it racist, where is it going, but it was out in the world in real life. Like, it's not funny. Like, I don't want to even like there was some funny stuff there, but I didn't want to
like times are really sensitive right now.
Like, nah, I'll just go back to the old idea of it's like a film student.
I loved when she like pulls it out and she's like pulls it out. That
sorry.
But like she's like, well, like who cares? What is this? And you're like, I do. Like, I need to know what's in this shit. Yeah. It was really good.
And I like said that scene in particular when she's handing me the pills or whatever it is, and I'm talking to camera in her response. Like originally I had shot my side too, but it was just like a way of like let's try to be different. You know what I mean? I kept trying to find different ways to just fuck it, let's do something. Here's a question I have for you.
Yeah.
So the beginning of the movie buys a car, right? Well, not beginning of the movie. The story. Buys a car. He's driving around and you see he's driving around, get inspired, and you see all the lights and prettiness of the world, whatever. And then as the time, the next, like as it's progressing, when he starts driving the girls around, did you notice a difference in the driving scenes? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I was supposed. No, I don't know.
No. So So like for the me, when I get the car at first, I'm driving around. It's just a camera in the car or on the car, whatever. And then when I'm driving them around, it's an old school style of there's literally screens and projectors outside the windows as they go by, and you can even see you'd really have to be really noticing. For they're little pixelated. The lights are pixelated as they go by, so you can tell that it's
fucking cool. I didn't notice that. I'm definitely gonna have to go back.
Yeah, we shot it in my backyard in Queens, and so we had like Home Depot lights with gels on, and it's like bring that one up, bring that one up. We're sitting there trying to make it look noir-ishy, kind of The idea was like, well, we did a version originally where it was just a camera in the cars, but it's like, but it should be like, because the story is forming, he's writing a story. Now things should start progressing as more filmmaking. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why, like, at the end, she's in the car, shooting up or whatever, and it's like a traditionally lit, like, blue light coming in. Like, it's very, like, harshy kind of stuff. So, I don't know.
That definitely took me for a loop, too, when she shot up. Now that we're speaking about Chrissy and being in the car, ooh, my nose hit the table.
I'll join you. Here you go.
Trying to be close. Hello. My breath might be on this microphone.
I'm going to stop for camera. Just Ed, cut, 1, 2. Because it shuts off every like 11 minutes. So
that's so crazy. Oh, so you're turning it off and back on?
Yeah, so I'm going to worry about it for another 11 minutes.
Okay. Well, the scene where Chrissy texts you and says she's scared and wants you to come up while she's with the call, when she's on a call with the client. it gave me this eerie familiarity to the Shannon Gilbert case. I don't know. I don't think that you've watched that movie,
no.
Or even know too much about it. But Shannon Gilbert was an escort who was murdered by a serial killer out on Long Island, out on Gilgo Beach, that area. And her, even though she wasn't classified as killed by the serial killer, the investigation into her murder opened up the investigation to when they were looking for her body. They found a whole bunch of other bodies at Gilgo Beach, and there was a whole bunch of missing escorts. And so winds up being this family man who lived out there, fucking insane. Like every time his family would go away, he was like fucking setting
Murdering,
up, Dexter scenes and shit. And so it has similarities to that case, except you as a driver in the film actually went upstairs to help the girl. Whereas the Shannon Gilbert case, her driver, like Shannon Gilbert ran outside and was like panicked and like went to the driver and was like, somebody's trying to come after me, and then ran off. And he like tried to follow her for a bit and then left. Or I think that was the gist of the case, right? You totally were like, nah, fuck that. I'm going upstairs to get this girl. Like, I'm not leaving her here.
And that's not like a common kind of.
It's not. It doesn't seem like common, right? Yeah. And so, like, would you be open talking about, because it's also similar to a real life experience you've had as well,
right? Which I thought, I think we talked briefly about maybe on the podcast, or maybe we didn't.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we talked.
Yeah. So I did. I was driving. It was dancers, I guess, strippers. Is that what it was? Whatever, I was driving around. But
so they weren't massage girls as in the film.
Movie. No, because I wanted to make it more,
And so wait, but where were you driving the dancers to?
Bachelor parties throughout the whatever.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. It's supposed to be security, blah blah blah. But yeah, it would have been in. Yeah, so something like that had happened, and but I was just chilling in the car as I was supposed to, and but I could see the hotel room, and then she called me, and poop happened, and I just went up, and but it wasn't as dramatic. Well, it was way more dramatic because of my real life, and it was scary, but it was only in the extent of like. There wasn't a gun in the real life situation as far as I knew, but I didn't care. I just was like, all right, whatever. I went and knocked it. I can call the police. I don't give a shit. Is that kind of like real, like, let the girl out of the room or I'll call a cop.
Yeah.
I had done nothing wrong. You could all go to jail. I don't give a shit. It was that kind of like, and they let her out, whatever. That was the end of it. But yeah, so that's where it came from. But, but we needed a gun in the scene. That's the story of writing, when you're in all trouble. When you're having trouble, just introduce a gun. That's kind of like one of the things. So that's why it's like,
Is that really like what they teach you? Like it's a thing.
Like a Hitchcock rule or something.
That is hysterical. Did you see the Hitchcock film it's on Netflix? Not Alba, or maybe not Jessica Alba.
Negative.
Anyway, it's not bad. What were we talking about?
Writing movies. That scene, where it kind of had some real life inspiration.
Yeah. The client in that scene was great. He's a great actor. I thought that was phenomenal.
I'll make sure to tag him here and let him know.
Yeah, no, really, that was great. And I loved, like, I don't know, at some point, through this guy's crazy rant, you and Chrissy kind of look at each other and smile. He says something or does something I can't remember what it is, but it was just like,
yeah, he's just going off on it.
It's going off on some tangent, but like you guys kind of connect in that scene, and I found it like, okay, I felt good at that point. I'm like, okay, things are at peace. Like things are going to be okay, because I wasn't sure at a certain point. This fucking guy's off his rocker.
Right.
I'm like, and as a sex worker, I was kind of putting myself in that situation.
Right,
like,
I figured,
like what would that be like for me? And this guy with the gun, and like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have been in situations like that, but like it was way more. It's real.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
During the initial scene, the first scene of you driving the two massage girls, I put massage girls in parentheses in my notes because are they really massage girls?
What you mean is, well, he says they're massage girls.
Massage girls, yeah.
Right. I think he my thing is he thinks they're massage. I mean, he was told he's driving massage girls around,
but like he knows he's because
right,
he
right.
emphasizes, I'm not a pimp. I'm not a pimp.
Right. But yeah,
fucking die.
I mean, clearly that's what's happening. Right.
Yeah. So massage girls around. You mentioned that their reasons for doing this were similar, and I quote: "They shared a lot of the same experiences. I guess that's what happens when you're in this line of work." And another line, and I asked them both why they do what they do. Listening to their answers, I couldn't tell them apart. Is this knowledge from experience you've had from actually driving the massage girls around, or is this your consensus based off of, what you've come off?
I was driving the strippers around.
Okay.
Strippers. Which strippers?
Oh, no. Strippers, not massage.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, in real life, I found a lot of the experiences were, well, for anybody that would talk, it seemed very similar. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or there was a lot of similarities. You know what I mean? But I guess there's I mean, it's hard to say, but it was just a way to, tell the story, I think. But yeah, there were a lot of, no, I guess people are different enough, I guess. I'm just thinking, now that I'm thinking back about it. But, in terms of, and I guess I didn't really in the movie have them tell a lot of their backstory because that would have been too in depth for a first draft. So, it was just like, oh, well, it gets busy when it rains or whatever the things are. You know what I mean? Just trying to, and things that I heard people say at different times, whatever. So that was just based on that, I'm trying to think what else. What were we talking about? Driving girls around.
Their stories being similar and like why they do this line of work. It's, kind of can't tell this shit apart.
Right. And but their stories were, even in the movie, they were a little bit different. I mean, it was because the one girl was a real estate girl. She was also
a sex addict.
She was a sex addict, right. And the other one didn't say anything about that. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, like she was a sex addict, but the financials of her going into sex work because she had lost her job. And so like that played into it as well. Yeah. So like a part of me was like, she fucking, the typical, these escorts or sex workers are sex addicts and they're just trying to get their rocks off type of shit. And I was like, come on, Ed. But I was like, all right, she lost her job. It's kind of a mix of both, you know?
Right.
Yeah, a part of me felt like as a sex worker to be grouped in this kind of category that like we all do it because of this reason made my
blood boil.
Not so much boil, but it was just, I had that like, come on, I sucked my teeth kind of like, what the fuck? Come on, really, sir?
Right.
But I don't think you're wrong because there are a lot of similarities. There are tons of reasons why sex workers do what they do. I've just seen I've been in this industry for so long that the variety, the spectrum of sex workers, from and the spectrum of where they've came from, why they're doing it. It's just so big in my world that, hearing that is like, but there are tons of similarities. There can be, I don't want to say a bottom line, but there are a lot of different reasons women do sex work, but a lot of them can sound similar. Just wanted to know your
opinion. And think about this. I originally had 3 girls there.
That's crazy.
That would drive me crazy, right? I just cut it down to 2.
That too. I love the whole, like, you didn't want to follow the standard filmmaking.
Oh yeah, no.
Kind of.
I really went out of my way.
I like it.
Yeah, I tried.
All right, Big Ginger. Did you want to talk about something?
No, go with your next one.
I want to talk about your visionary at the bus stop. Both, I feel like when I say visionary, like I'm talking about the girl, she is a part of your visionary, like your vision, like your I don't want to. There's a lot of inspiration throughout the film. The dream girl, right? But also like like I'm using it in two senses. Like you're visionary at the bus stop with her at the bus stop, but also like, what was the vision of that? I had to watch the scene again because I didn't realize she was wearing a regular top. Like she's wearing a regular top, but like she totally has on like sex work clothes on the bottom, like the tights and the shoes. And I was like, who's waiting at a fucking bus stop like this? I'm like, no fucking escort is waiting at a bus stop like this. And I had to rewind it, but that's not a part of my question. I just went off.
No, go for it.
I said, and you know, I fucking cracked up at you mocking her when you offered her number and she was like,
"Oh, do you want to go out with me? Or you want to go out sometime with you?"
With you?
yeah. And then I'm like, "Yeah."
You're like, "With you?" Yeah. Fucking asshole. You're like, "Yeah, I love it."
yeah.
I cracked up at you mocking her, but I kind of love that the full circle thing happened when you unwillingly walked away to explore adventure and then kicked yourself over not pursuing her further in the end, but she totally hits you up. Can you explain the significance of her role?
That she hits me up later, or that you just received in the whole thing?
In the whole thing. Like why was she your main point?
Well, the idea of like, because the movie is about isolation and being alone, and we're all on our phones now, so like tie that in, and it's just a person that's like far away and I'm obsessed with, and it's not real. It's just a dream.
Love that,
thing, right?
yeah.
And then at some point, the dream is real. Like there's a real thing happening.
Like, holy shit.
That person exists in real life. So the idea of like, you know, and then
I love that.
Right,
Keep
and then
going.
you know what I mean. And then at the end of the movie, that you know, after everything bad happens, the hope. There's like a little bit of hope that there's something more.
Right? Yeah, right. That's how I felt when the text came in.
Right.
And then like the whole like, you know, whoa, the glasses come off. The whole like, I love it's off. Chicka boom.
You love when the glasses come off or something? You were just saying
your glasses come off. You kind of like you're like absorbing like what the possibilities. Like, oh shit, you know?
Yeah.
I love it. I love how it tied in, but I wanted to hear you explain the significance of her role. And
in theory, she's the dream. Like, I mean, so she's the dream.
And then to have her like right there in fruition, like you're like, holy shit, you light up a cigarette right away, like fucking.
If I was breaking it down, if I was in a film class breaking it down, it's like, well, the idea being, the subtext is like when he's writing now, like the dream will become a reality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Subtext.
No, I love it. Okay, I love it. No, this is good. This is good.
What did you think of the color changes that I did? One right with the sponge, and then at the end when I'm done, did that stick out or did you even notice it?
I did not.
Yeah.
No.
The scene where I take the glasses off is in black and white, and when she texts, it's in black and white. Yeah, okay.
It is.
It's quick.
It's very quick. Yeah. It's subtle.
And like when I wake up when I fall and I wake up and see the sponge, I'm in black and white. So the sponge is in color. And then I stand up weird. And then when the camera turns, it goes back into color, but it goes into that deep, dark, saturated thing I was talking about. Yeah.
I feel like now you're making me feel like I should have watched it a second time before coming over. I missed all this like good shit. Cause I feel like I'm good at spotting shit like this. And I did not.
Are you saying now you felt like you should have done research for the podcast interview?
Yes. Fucking fucker. Fuck.
God, your shot looks so good. I wish mine looked that good.
I know.
Right? Whatever. Anyway. What else? What do you got?
What do I got? Jason.
Did you use ChatGPT for?
No, I did not. Not at all.
She lied. It's okay. Okay,
no, not at all. No, I wrote as I watched it. I initially wanted to watch it and then take note, like just fucking ask questions after, just like jot down some things. But I feel like there were just like mentioning like you guys being in the car, the first scene, like I scrolled back and was taking notes anyway. Like I was like waiting to take notes, but then I would pause and be like, no. Right. I need to take a note on this before I go. Yeah. Before I move forward. There was a point that I was bringing up that I wanted to say with that.
You have another question?
I do. And that's what tied into what I was saying now. so this is a part of it. I was saying Jason mentions a few times how lonely being a writer can be. You mentioned that a few times throughout the film, and so I felt like because I wasn't taking notes, I had to rewind it back and then write down my notes.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jason mentions a few times how lonely being a writer can be, but he sort of comes to this realization by the end of the movie that loneliness isn't subjective. And when a writer can finally embrace the art around them and connect the page to audience, it's quite fulfilling. Did I interpret that correctly? Because your face is doing something
you don't know.
bizarre.
No. My face is fine. I was like, is that ChatGPT?
Jeez.
All right, that shows how much. But
wait, do you not trust my?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was like, really, Ed? So yeah, I mean, that was I think the idea. Oh my God. Yeah, especially like the idea, and then at the end, because the writing. I'm gonna not remember my quote at the end, but when he's like doing the fourth wall again at the end when you bled out onto the page and the reader is reading it and it's like you and them one-on-one, because that is the art of it. Like or whatever you're writing, somebody else is reading it. Like we do get a little lost in the world of writing. Like it gets lost in social media because you see the written word and you know what I mean. Like people just forget that writing is a thing. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I don't know anybody that really read the books anymore, or even just on the Kindle, it's hard to find people that actually do read. But yeah, that little bit of connection is something that I think is was that the question? I don't know, because the loneliness and all that stuff, and the writing is the thing that helps you overcome that loneliness because everybody feels it. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it. I don't know if I realized how much of an influence TJ's role played in Jason's life until the scene after the credits. I was like, oh, well, shit. TJ was a lot of that. Like she was a big, I feel like she was the muse. Like,
right. She's the antagonist in the,
that's a better word.
Yeah. Antagonist. Yeah. She's the antagonist.
Yeah. She's the antagonist in the film, but it didn't click to me until that last ending scene where like, she's like, the post credit where she's like, yeah, my work here is done. And you guys do this little hand thing. And it's like, oh shit. Like she was it. Like she, she was a lot of it.
Okay. So there's a couple of Easter eggs with TJ in general. Well, with, I hate calling them Easter eggs. Cause like back when I was coming up or younger, it was just like, that's what artists did. Like, Tarantino had all the different characters in his scripts that were different, whatever, and Stephen King, all of my heroes did it. And then apparently even far back as like J.D. Salinger had different characters in his, whatever. But technically TJ and Jason were characters in one of the books I did. But TJ's in both the books as different characters that kind of goes in and messes with shit. But as far as reading the books, TJ's a guy. But so if you were somebody who was paying attention to that, you'd be like, we didn't even know this guy's name is Jason. My character's name is Jason until like somebody says this is Jason. It was like whatever,
Oh yeah, no, I didn't realize that. I had to look at the fucking credits. So it's like, where's his name?
But the character of the last book I released, or the second, whatever, one of the books is Jason is the lead character, and TJ is a character that pops in here and there. And the TJ character is actually in a book before that. First originally introduced as Thomas. This is a guy, Thomas, John, whatever, and then he called him TJ. And then here we are again with TJ. So there's this different Easter egg altogether where like these two were definitely they're just in my universe.
They're just there.
Yeah.
And does this translate to real life? You do not have a TJ in your real life?
No. Well, there was a TJ. There's somebody that was loosely based on a TJ. There was somebody that TJ was loosely based on.
Is this the friend?
I don't fuck with him no more.
Oh, it's a him. It's an actual him.
It's an actual him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was assuming this is a woman friend of yours who's kind of in and out of your life.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. And then the other part is the post credit scene where she's leaving is, so I don't know if you saw, so in the movie she, at one point randomly she goes, oh, she's a John Carpenter fan and she loves punk rock, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So the very end scene, the post credit scene is almost like a word for word quote of Big Trouble in Little China.
I don't know
Except
what that is.
Yeah, exactly. I know. You're not a John Carpenter fan. So at the end of the movie, the guy's going, hey, Egg, where you going? Oh, where you going, Egg? And he goes, going to see the motherland or the mainland, whatever. Mm-hmm. He goes, my job here is done. Lopan is the guy's name, not Lopen. Which what my character said. The TJ says Lopen, but the bad guy's name in Big Trouble was Lopan. Oh. Lopan is dead, so the evil spirits have been lifted. I'm due for a much needed vacation, and they do the yeah. Or no, it's that.
Yeah,
it's a very deep cut. Nobody will get it, but like 3 people, and they're all like attached to this movie. So
that's funny.
I mean? So, but the idea being, that was a nod to that because, and like even the score of the movie. So I had asked Travis to fuck with the score, but he did an amazing job. I love the score of this film. But the templates I used were all John Carpenter-ish themes, although one of them was John Carpenter and Ripe was in a John Carpenter movie. John Carpenter being the first filmmaker that I fell in love with, that I even knew a name. Mm-hmm. And as a young kid, that inspired me a lot.
Oh, that's dope.
So like I layered a temp track with that, and then I was like, this is kind of what I'm going for, but I knew Travis is very synthy that kind of music kind of guy, and he nailed. I'm in love with this soundtrack.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. No, it's great. So, it's really. I feel like it fits it perfectly. Right. Like, yeah, it just goes. I can hear it right now in my head. Yeah.
And I tried to make the actual song choices, the needle drops, if you will. I wanted to have something where it's like music. Like when I would try to come up to and get to write, I would listen to a mixtape. And usually it was like a different variety of song. That's what I did with the score, with the mix, with the music on here. Like the one's like a rock song, a little bit of a hip hop, a little bit of the mix of everything.
Oh, that's kind of dope. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, what is on your mixtape, sir?
Yeah. So that's why that was like that.
Are you into hip hop?
Only something. Maybe the 90s ish. I don't know. Probably not. No.
Yeah,
interesting. I know Redman. That's about it.
Okay. You know something. I guess we kind of went over this question. My question was, how would you interpret Final Draft to someone who's never seen it before? What message does it portray? I think I like that question. What message would you think that Final Draft is like putting into the universe? What is it?
No, right.
Just right.
Right.
Fucking
so
do
like
it.
yeah. I mean, because the whole point of the movie was to have something, my love letter to writing, I guess, but also to help people get over their blocks. There are writers out there that sometimes you need. I used to just click on YouTube to try to find like different inspirational speeches or different things.
Shit to like.
So
get
I loaded this with words to kind of unclog your head, and then the idea of like everything being, in theory, if somebody, a screenwriter especially, or a writer is watching this movie, maybe they'll like it, maybe they won't. But at the end, you should feel like something's missing, because I did that whole idea of like no rule of thirds. Everything is two things. There should be a little bit of like, yeah, but I want more. And that should help get you writing. Literally, that was kind of like your idea.
Your lack of inspiration is providing inspiration to others.
Right. So I'm hoping, that was really it. If I can get people to overcome their block or start writing. I had a screening at one point, and it was a shit show. We didn't get to show the whole movie, but even that little bit of screen that we had, I heard back from somebody that said his girlfriend had started writing again after that. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
So, right? And that's
if it could hit, that's the goal. If it could hit one person.
Right. I mean, I'd like more people. But,
of course. Wouldn't we all?
But but that's the thing. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the whole point of the movie, is to give writers that little bit of, okay. And even if you're like not, because I've seen movies that I like or whatever, but I'm like, but I can do better, but they still inspired me. You know what I mean? Those kind of things. So it's why it's loaded with people telling you how to write, like things to do. And it got hopefully those things in there to juice people up. If it gets somebody, I am going to go for a drive because I got to write tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of pen and paper instead of using your phone,
I love it.
Yeah. So.
I love it.
I don't know if that answered the question, but just.
It does. That camera's off.
Oh, fuck. I don't know how long it's been. Oh, are we done? No.
Do you want to talk about why the screening of it was a shit show?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, it had a computer crash, had a file corruption. We had deleted to make room for the final movie. And because the computer was running so slow, we deleted a bunch of files, and in those files that we deleted were the movie, like all the stuff we needed.
Shit.
The other part of it was also like my wife was in the hospital at the time, ICU. She was going through a whole bunch of shit, and then because I had set up I was doing some tweaking to like 2 weeks prior to the screening, but I was working, so I'd work, go to the hospital, make sure she's okay, and all this shit was happening. Then I'd go home. And, I'd have to be back at work at like 4 hours or whatever, but I'd go home and edit instead. And there were days where I'd wake up, I had fallen asleep, I'd hit the keyboard and wipe things out like I didn't realize. You know what I mean?
Shit.
So it was a real cluster bib. So, but yeah, it was all that. And then the screening itself was a complete nightmare. I ended up writing a little bit about it in my last book. It was the only like biographical thing I put out there. And I talk a little bit about it, but it was all the shit that was going on at the time. It was just like, it was just crazy, She was in the hospital. She had her thing. She was having a stroke, and we had a friend who tried to kill herself. And then there's all this stuff that was happening nonstop. And leading up to that day of me like, well, what the fuck's the, shit, movie's not working. And then I have stage fright. My buddy's like, come on, Ed, you got to go out. It's time. I'm like, damn, I can't go out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We don't have the movie. It's corrupt. It's the file's corrupt. What am I gonna do?
Right. That panic. Oh,
yeah.
No.
And I just went out and I was like, okay, we did have a problem, but I know everybody come here to see something, so here it is, And I didn't tell them. Oh, so nightmare. An artist living their worst nightmare. At least now it's like done.
Yeah.
We could still clean up some stuff for festivals, for like sound and pixelation, maybe whatever, but all like it's done,
Yeah.
But yeah, if they saw it like this and they didn't like it, that's fine. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like now, like, oh, cool, I'm glad you like it. If you don't like it, oh, that sucks, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like running straight, head first into a door like that was really bad. And then I had to show up at work the next day at that place. People are gonna be like, what happened?
Yeah. That had to been a tough week at work. Yeah.
It was rough. But
look at you now.
Yeah, you get through it.
You get through it. You're putting it out there mentally too. That has to be like fucking putting it out there, like especially after something like that, like releasing it now. How does that feel? How is it landing for you?
It's a huge weight off the shoulders. I mean, it's 12 years. It'd be great to just be done with it. Originally, the whole point of it was to go right to Amazon Prime. Because they were doing like a 60-40 split kind of thing. Just get it up there. I'd have it on a platform with all these other movies. I could say, hey, go check out my movie on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And then I'd get people rent it maybe or whatever, and I get something, whatever. That would have been the legit thing. But then they canceled that whole
program.
Thing.
Really?
So yeah. So it's like, all right, well, most people are boycotting Amazon anyway. So it's like whatever. Now it's the time. But so that's the sucky part. So now I got to go through film festivals, and I think I've submitted to 7 so far, and I'm waiting to hear back. And it's like $90 a pop, or anywhere. Some of them are cheap, like $30, but I might not hear back for a year. So it's still an ongoing. It's not really finished yet until I'd be happy to just be at a point where it's in a theater, playing in a room full of anywhere from 20 to 100 people.
That would be ideal.
When I saw The Thin Line, it was a short film I did. We were trying to raise funding for a full length back 15 years ago. But I saw it. We premiered at the Katra Film Series in Manhattan. It was the beginning stages back then, I think. I just saw something that they're on their 11th year, but I was like, I think our thing was 13 years ago. But it was like a bar, and they just had a screen set up and everybody. But watching them, I sat in the back, and I was like, oh yeah, see, I know what I'm doing. It's different. Watching movies on your phone or on the TV at home, it's different than a theater. Like a room full of strangers watching a thing. I was like, I write like I'm writing for what's at a movie theater. That's pretty cool.
That's dope.
So I really do want to see. That's when I'll feel my sense of completion of like when I'm in a room with strangers, they paid to see a movie and they're gonna watch mine.
Yeah.
What they have to say. That's gonna make me feel like, okay, cool. But I'm also good with not watching it ever again. Like I'm at the point of like, okay, it's done. Just got to get some eyeballs on it, and then I'll bounce. And then I've already started the next couple. I have a script ready to go.
Woo.
Not sure if that's going to be the one I'm going to shoot next, or another one that it's like I have outlines set up and talk to the actors and like, hey, let's do it. But I don't know if I gotta. Those are a little more. I got to call in a bunch of favors for that one. So I'm deciding where we're at. Because it's like there's one that's like it's like following a lighting guy, stagehand thing. but I have to use different venues, and they got people got to get permission to go. And it's like, do I really want to call in these favors now? I don't know, but we'll see. But like as I'm living my life and paying my bills, I'm out there doing these lights on these shows, whatever. And it really is an art form that nobody really knows about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
seriously.
And it's like I had just the other day somebody come up to me and go, dude, that was epic. Like your lights, like that guy, you treat him like he was Kanye. Yeah, lights so good. Just somebody randomly coming up to me. I was like, thank you very much. You know?
Yeah. No, that's fucking fun.
It's cool. Like as showing up, I have no idea what they're about to do on stage, but here we go. Like, yeah.
I wonder, like, I think about that. Like, does he know what what the show was like beforehand?
No, I mean, and nowadays, the idea. As you get more money, you get bigger boards. You time code everything to your songs, and you do a whole thing. And I still have never done that. I know how. Yeah, this is it's just good. It's like I guess I would equate it to. Do you know how to play guitar, or you play a laptop and you're a DJ? You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference of how, and you could sit there and time code it all to the song and just do this every song, or you could be like, wow,
right.
Yeah.
You're the wow guy.
Yeah, totally.
He said, yeah.
But I'd love to get that in a film because it's only going to be for a brief time, and I'm in New York City. This is going to be the thing. So, and as AI comes in and all jobs are going to go away, and eventually you'll be able to just do it on your phone. And hey, guys, we got and the lights are going to do themselves, and my job will be gone. But until then, I get to show a little bit of art, do a little bit of thing. You know what I mean?
Stay in the art. That's the most important. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like some people still may want, like there's going to be artists like you who are like, I don't want someone to just fucking press. I want someone, an actual person there that's going to give you that, that cool shit. I think I have like 2 more questions. We kind of went over that, like how much truth is there to Jason's creative writing process to Edward's creative writing process?
Oh, yeah. I'm a drive at night kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I go to different places. If I could have afforded it, he would have been in a strip club writing.
It gets expensive.
Yeah.
Even just sitting there, because you got to at least buy a drink or something, you know?
Yeah.
You got to buy at least one thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very, very, and the idea of trauma and grief, loss, all that does it. And it is a trope. You lose. A female's got to die. A quirky female's got to die for the hero to get inspired. That's like a trope in writing, but or at least has been the last however many years. But I was happy to fill that trope. Use that in my. It's a first draft, for God's sake. What did you, and I haven't told anybody yet, so did you, so there's a scene, like the movie, the camera stopped, like it's dead the whole time, and then he falls, and at one point he wakes up and he sees a little bit of a sponge, and then, and then the camera starts turning and moving, and he's going around the city, and he's some sort of inspiration. Did you get anything out of that? What interpretation do you have of that? I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong.
Well, it would be my interpretation, so. I think the biggest pullback is just that he was opening himself up more to accept like the art that was around him, like in the city with the guitarist, just kind of like the graffiti girls. That was dope, and taking that all in, like. It just seemed like a kind of hit me moment, like, oh shit, like there's art literally fucking everywhere. Cool. Yeah. Was I wrong?
I saw them. I'm going to tell you. It was good. Thank you. Good interpretation. Those 2 girls I worked with, they're not actors. They're help. That's the best part about this movie. I had a bunch of people who were just willing to help. Of friends who were just willing to help. That
was my next question. Like, who are the actors in this film?
So the only one I knew in this movie, I think, no. So that's a lie. So Todd, the guy at the end with the gun, he's an actor, but he's somebody I've known forever. We worked on a movie before that.
Love Todd.
Yeah, and then
Liz,
right? But Liz is only an actor in the sense that she's my friend and she's doing it, and it didn't help the creative arts. That's not true. She ended up, I think, being a zombie in some movie.
They're all actors now. They're in your film.
No, I get it. But like, it wasn't like
exactly.
Yeah, but everybody I knew, like Todd the one girl who gives me who says my favorite line, which is the world needs original voices. Look around, the bad guys are winning. She was
I like that.
She worked at Warsaw when I worked at Warsaw, but she also was an actress and model, whatever. So I hit her up as so she's in it. And then the girl with the first writing the poem or whatever, which is taking her thing off. Mm-hmm. She was a makeup artist on our old movie, The Thin Line.
Oh, nice.
So, but I was like, hey, what do you think? I wanted somebody else, and she was like, I had asked somebody else, and she was like a mommy vlogger or whatever that kept wanting to be in something I was doing. And then she was like, I don't know if I want to portray myself as that. I was like, but it's just you're just sitting on a bed.
Right,
like,
just acting.
Doing
Yeah.
Nothing happens. It's nothing sexual, and you don't. But whatever. So I reached out to her, and she nailed it. In that little bit, she just took the thing down. Nice little bit of improv,
I could see someone like Googling the mommy vlogger, and then it's like sex worker in fucking first draft.
Right. Yeah,
like, I don't know. But you don't even put it there. Like you're like massage girls are in the script, or in the title, the credits.
Yeah. Because ultimately you don't know. Right? You're driving the girls around, you don't know. So.
Not supposed to, yeah. You don't
right.
Legally, I don't know. I have no idea what was happening.
Right.
And finally, how can we support I'm about to call it
Final Draft.
Final Draft Draft right here.
Final Draft is a script writing software. That is amazing, by the way. Final Draft. If you're going to write a script, use Final Draft.
Use Final Draft, but that is not the movie.
Yeah, it made when I discovered Final Draft, it made my life a lot easier for writing scripts. But First Draft is out there. Yeah, I mean, well, technically, it can't go public on any streaming platform or anything while we're submitting to festivals. Ideally, film festivals want to premiere it at their
festival. Got you.
So, but I am doing my own private link. So I'm literally putting my own phone number and stuff out there to try to get, hey, if you want to rent it for $5.
You made your page on private.
Yeah,
public now.
Totally
like,
shit. Please don't fuck me over, people. There goes my identity. But really, but to help support art, I hope you all do it. It's $5 to rent, which is really just me sending you the YouTube link. $10 gets you the link and the download of the movie you can own. And $20 is both of those plus good karma. And really, I just did a link so you could watch it because my friend was like, well, how do I watch it on TV? I was like, well, I'll do what I do. I'd click it on my phone
and then
watch it for 30 seconds, and then I go hit on TV, history, because it's on a private link. You can't. Well, whatever, it's in there. So, yeah, and then but some people have been nice. They've been giving more money than needed. They're like, oh, thanks. I really appreciate it. It's been a big help. And I was submitted, like I said, I did a bunch, 7 so far. We're going to do more probably next week. And varying different ones. I try to grab some right now that are where they notify ASAP. So it'd be nice to be able to say to people now, oh yeah, we were going to, official selection, at least one.
Yeah.
Then, but I am probably going to avoid the big ones because they're, Sundance apparently gets 15,000 submissions a year. So it's if I want to throw away $100 just to see, you know what I mean? And you're going up against, Christopher Nolan. You know what I mean? It's not like they really don't some places have a budget anything under 250,000. This is you. Anybody over that is
I think that's how it should be.
You would think, but you don't know if they're even watching it. Really, they just charge you to look, to submit it.
Just to submit it. Yeah, that's true. And then have their select, they know the directors they want to watch.
And the ones I've been in before, it is very corrupt. You know what I mean? It's very people just put on a festival to highlight their own movie or their friend's movie. Or they just want to get somewhere. There's nothing. There's no
where it can be that way.
The only thing you can hope is that it's they're just short on films this year. They need films.
Yeah. Kind of crossing your fingers, hoping for the best.
We got into one in the Jersey Film Festival with that short that we did, Thin Line. And it was 8 a.m. on a Sunday at a movie theater. We're like, oh my God. Meanwhile, the guys that organized the thing, I mean, no offense if you guys are listening, they had their film at Saturday night at 7 p.m., the main prime. So they had their own film. Fuck you, man. And so, of course, nobody's going out to Jersey at 8 a.m. to whatever to watch my movie.
Yeah.
It was me and one other guy that worked in the movie. That was it. It was whatever.
Damn.
Nobody even saw, like, there was 2-3 people in the theater watching it because it was a movie at 8 a.m. for a movie they'd never heard of
on a Saturday.
Yeah.
On the one day we got off.
Sunday. It was Sunday.
It was Sunday.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Imagine going to some stranger's short film.
Yeah.
So you run into shit
unless
like that.
you're like a really, like fucking, this is what I'm gonna do all day. Yeah, type shit.
But ultimately, I just would like to get into one. Like I said, that's the goal. I just want to be in a room full of strangers, maybe a couple people who've done this before, and see what they,
Yeah.
they like it or not. Get the right laughs, get the right tone. If I get the vibe, when you watch a movie. When you make a movie and you watch it with different people, you see it through different eyes.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? So every time it's just a thing. So seeing it in that room full of strangers, like, that's my ultimate learning for the next movie. Like, what worked, what didn't. Ooh, you get to have that experience, and you don't get to have it much in life as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You even the bad, like, Tarantino's only made 9 movies. You know what I mean? So the more I can do that, the better it feeds that thing, whatever that is. Anyway.
Yeah, feeds that. I don't
so
know.
yeah, but you can go to EdwardCharrette.com.
There we
That's
go.
a long way to answer that. Also, don't steal my identity or anything. I put a lot of information.
There are a lot of people who want to be
taking
you.
Zelle, PayPal. What else?
He is jerking off his mic, by
Whoa,
the way.
whoa! I was not. I was massaging it. See, this is massaging.
That was a jerk off. 1,000%.
That's who is
massive jerk.
No.
Oh, we are on film today. You can see this.
Yeah.
They can see you, Ed.
Your battery's dying.
We are. So
I know. I'm playing to the camera the whole time.
Oh my God, my child might see this. Let's stop. She's not a child anymore. But anyway. Well, speaking of getting it shit out there and fundraising and all that good stuff, my husband, I called him when I was on my way over here, and he says, I like to donate. I'm sending you $500 for Edward. Give him the $500. So yeah, I told him about the film and how we're trying to get it out there.
Are you
So
really?
yes, we are. Absolutely.
That's nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Well, feel bad for what?
It was like $20. I was like, for $20, but thank you.
We are in this. We're doing this. So yes, come out, support Ed when we can. If you can donate to the film, that would be absolutely great. We want to see it at some festival, anywhere, just on a screen. Come, help, be here. All right. Love you guys. Ed doesn't love you so much, but yeah.
I like that as a sign off. It works. All right.
Comment below. Tell us what you think. If you have watched it, tell us that you want to watch it. I don't know. Tell us you love us. I love you.
I love you. All right. Bye.
Okay, bye. Later. Fucking kid was calling me this whole time.